Okay, in this quick tutorial, we're going to talk about setting the coordinate system or the projection information for georeferenced TIFF files or the raster data sets that you may acquire. And so here we're looking at a zip file that we got from a vendor, and I'm just going to right click and say extract all. We'll put that at the root of that sample folder. Hit extract, and then we're going to take a quick look at inside the data structure. So if I go inside here, these are the individual folders for each raster set, and I go inside there and I can see there's a JPEG. We probably won't ever use that one. We'll probably always use the TIFF. They usually will be the ones that we'll want to work with, the georeference TIFF. And in this case, there's a TFWX file. And what this means is that somebody has attempted to define or set an approximate affine transformation to this georectified TIFF file. This is not an exact transformation. That's why it's a TFWX. It's an estimated or approximated affine transformation. And so we just can't be 100% sure that this TIFF file has been projected or is in the right transformation. Let's look at another folder. Now this one has a couple more files. So it has a TFW, which is the exact transformation file extension for this georeference TIFF. So someone has done the transformation and used the exact methodology and has georectified this image. And you also notice this projection file associated with it. So the projection has been defined in here. And this is typically what you'll want and need from a client and or a vendor, whoever's flying the area there. So how do we work with this inside of the ArcGIS product here? So if I go to catalog and I go down to the temp and into that folder structure, I'll go to that first folder structure, and you'll see that we see the TIFF file and the JPEG. We don't see that TFWX file because that's an approximation again of the transformation of the affine transformation process. It's not an exact, so we don't want to use that. And if I right click on this TIFF file and look at the properties, and we scroll down, we see that a spatial reference has been defined, but we don't know if that's good or not. We just don't know if whoever built this, the original image, created this and set this up, we just don't know if it's right or not. Okay, so we have to assume it. Versus if we go to this other folder and we right click on the TIFF file for that folder and we look at the properties, and we can see that this spatial reference has not been defined yet. But there's an associated projection file with that. Let me move this over a little bit so we can see everything. There's an associated projection file to this TIFF file. So what I can do is I can just right click on that TIFF file, go to properties, go to my spatial reference and hit edit, and I can import that in. So I'm going to drop this little box down here and say import, and I'm going to import that projection file that's associated with that TIFF file. Okay, hit add. And it goes out and finds that spatial reference system. Hit OK, and there it is. Hit apply, and now we're good to go. And so now, when I drag and drop this file over into ArcMap, and I don't know if you've seen this image before or this message before, but ArcMap can build pyramids, which makes the display of that image better. So I always usually hit yes. It just takes a few seconds there. But now we can see that image comes in, it loads, and if I load in a base map image, because the spatial reference has been assigned to the TIFF image and also to the base map image, then everything seems to come in just fine, and we can work with it that way. Versus this other thing here. We just don't know enough about this image to work with it, and it's saying, hey, the following data source, it's missing, or it's different, or it can't compute it. So ArcMap will do its best to work with that, but when you zoom into that layer, you'll see that it's just out of whack. It's just not functioning as it should, and it could be the units, that are assigned to that spatial reference, feet versus meters. It could be the transformation associated with that, but you can tell it's trying to put it in the right spot there because that's the right pivot or field, but it's just not scaling appropriately. So there's something wrong with that image. It needs to be reacquired from the client. Hope that helps.